What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast back for another week. I am your host, Alex Leak, and this is the 2019 Week 2 Seahawks at Steelers episode. Big game in Heinz Field as the 1-0 Seahawks come to take on the 0-1 Steelers. Get started out with a James Conner 1-yard rushing touchdown to put the Steelers up 7-0. Russell Wilson would fire back with a 14-yard touchdown pass to rookie tight end Will Dissly, tying the game at 7. A Chris Boswell 41-yard field goal by the Steelers makes it 10-7. And Seahawks kicker Jason Myers misses a 58-yard field goal attempt to end the first half. So Steelers lead 10-7 at halftime in this one. But the bad news for the Steelers is their star quarterback Ben Roethlisberger leaves the game in the first half with an elbow injury, and it was a non-contact injury. Those are always the scariest. He just threw a pass, and you can see him grabbing at his elbow a couple times. So big deal there for the Steelers. For the Seahawks, Russell Wilson would fire another 12-yard touchdown pass to the rookie tight end Will Dissly to put Seattle up 14-10. A Chris Boswell 33-yard field goal makes it 14-13 Seattle. Then Seahawks running back Rashad Penny rushes for a 37-yard touchdown behind the lead blocking of quarterback Russell Wilson. The Seahawks take a 21-13 lead. And it's plays like this where you can see how much it matters to Russell Wilson to win. You see him running down the field being a lead blocker for his running back. Very cool to see. Steelers backup quarterback Mason Rudolph comes in, throws an 8-yard touchdown pass to tight end Vance McDonald. The 2-point conversion pass attempt is no good as it is intercepted by Seahawks safety Delano Hill. So 21-19 Seattle at this point. Russell Wilson would then hit rookie wide receiver DK Metcalf for a 28-yard touchdown pass to put the Hawks up 28-19. After a Chris Carson fumble, Steelers rookie linebacker Devin Bush recovers and returns it to the Seattle 3-yard line. Mason Rudolph would then throw a 3-yard touchdown pass to tight end Vance McDonald, his second of the day, and cut the Seahawks lead to 28-26 mid-fourth quarter. On 4th and 1, with 2 minutes remaining in the game, head coach Pete Carroll decides to go for the win, and running back Chris Carson rushes for the first down, and that will enable him to run out the clock as the Seahawks defeat the Steelers 28-26 in Heinz Field. A great road win for the Seahawks, but the loss of Ben Roethlisberger, a big storyline in this one. Looking at the Seahawks stats, Russell Wilson throws 29 of 35 for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a fumble lost. Wilson is the first player in NFL history with 200-plus passing touchdowns and 15-plus rushing touchdowns in his first 8 seasons. Running back Rashad Penny rushes 10 times for 62 yards and a touchdown. Running back Chris Carson combines for 87 yards and a fumble lost. Seahawks wide receiver Tyler Lockett, 10 catches for 79 yards. Career high in catches for Lockett in this one. And an interesting stat, the Seahawks are 6-0 when Lockett catches 6 or more passes. Rookie tight end for Seattle, Will Dissly, 5 catches for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's the first tight end to have 4-plus receiving touchdowns in his first 6 career games since Lions tight end Joseph Fourier in 2013. And Will Dissly has done these 4 receiving touchdowns in 2 games, not 6. So a hell of a start to his NFL career. Former Washington Husky is Will Dissly. So Seattle fans automatically a fan of his. Kicker Jason Myers for Seattle goes 0 for 1 on field goals, but 4 for 4 on extra points. And the Seahawks, putting up 28 points in Heinz Field, good to see, as they were shut out in their previous 2 visits to Heinz Field. Looking at the Steelers' stats, Ben Roethlisberger goes 8 of 15 for 75 yards before the injury. Backup quarterback Mason Rudolph comes in and goes 12 of 19 for 112 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Steelers running back James Conner combines for 45 yards and a touchdown. And wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster catches 5 for 84 yards. Steelers wide receivers are held without a touchdown reception in back-to-back games for the first time since 2016. So Steelers got to get that offense figured out in a hurry. All those people saying Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell leaving was a good thing, starting to backfire a little bit as their offense isn't quite as explosive as it used to be. But tight end Vance McDonald is a bright spot for the Steelers, 7 catches for 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. Former Notre Dame defensive end Stephon Tuitt for the Steelers records 2.5 sacks. And their kicker Chris Boswell, 2 for 2 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points. Now the major news coming out of this one is the injury to Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, who has been said to be done for the season with the elbow. Big loss for the Steelers, and we'll see how they can respond to that, but this is a crippling blow to their playoff chances very early in the season. So you hate to see a major injury like this in week 2. So we'll see how they can respond. Mason Rudolph is the guy right now. They traded away Josh Dobbs in the preseason before the season started, so they don't have him. So it's really Mason Rudolph at the controls. Next up, for the Steelers, the 0-2 Steelers at the 2-0 49ers. With no Roethlisberger, I see a big opportunity for San Francisco to start the year out 3-0. But the Steelers are desperate for a win, and we'll see in this game. I picked the 49ers. That's who I'm going with to improve to 3-0, which would be a horrendous start to the year for Pittsburgh if they start 0-3. But then again, the Roethlisberger injury, this season may be a wash for the Steelers. It really may be. They need to come to terms with that if the franchise quarterback isn't able to go, this is not going to be a great year for Steeler Nation. For the Seahawks, next up, the 1-1 Saints at the 2-0 Seahawks. And speaking of the Saints, they're dealing with their own major issues at quarterback, as Drew Brees expected to be out at least 6 weeks for the Saints. So Teddy Bridgewater will be getting the start there. Again, so I see 2 NFC West teams, the 49ers and the Seahawks, with a good opportunity to start the year 3-0. And I'm picking both of them to do so. So a big week 3 coming up. And the Seahawks, a prime opportunity, a home game against the Saints. No Drew Brees, an opportunity to get to 3-0 and have a lot of momentum in this season. So good stuff in this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Share my podcast. Tell your friends about it. And I'll keep the episodes coming out weekly. Big win for the Seahawks on the road in Heinz Field. Thanks, guys, for tuning in and checking us out. And stay tuned. Peace out, guys.